Yareli is a very good friend. She's honestly pretty fun, and if you're interested in playing her, there's a few reasons why you would. First off, she has amazing survivability with Merlina, her K drive second ability, granting 90% damage reduction and acts as a shield, making her incredibly tanky. However, you have to be on it with her base ability. However, you can also get the Loyal Merlina augment, which will remove this effect, and it'll travel beside you, which is very important because in most tile sets you actually can't use this because you'll be indoors. And the added height and awkward mobility of a K-Drive indoors is simply unusable. So the Loyal Merlina augment is almost necessary for most builds on her. And on top of the 90% damage reduction from Merlina, when casting it, she gains just some invincibility frames, about 4 seconds worth. So you can just cast it, and then boom, you got 4 seconds of damage and vulnerability for yourself right there. Meaning if you have a high efficiency build, you can continuously cast this over and over again to continue staying immortal. It's not the best way to stay immortal. There's obviously better ways in the game, but it's a pretty efficient way of doing it. And if you have Loyal Merlina augment on, the animation is much quicker, allowing you to quickly start doing damage to other enemies. And on top of that, the Loyal Merlina augment activates C-Snare on nearby enemies every 2 seconds. And speaking of C-Snare, we'd have to talk about Yareli's high damage potential. C-Snare increases the damage vulnerability by 200%, and this does increase with strength. So with her passive, that increases secondary weapons critical chance by 200%, and then C-Snare, you can just get off insane levels of damage without the use of any super expensive arcanes or anything else like that. And then speaking of C-Snare once again, we'd have to mention the crowd control it provides. C-Snare grants incredible crowd control, making it a useful ability for both you and your teammates. And crowd control is also very important for survivability as it'll stop enemies from being able to fuck with you. And the next thing I want to focus on is her low resource dependency. Like I mentioned, casting Merlina with the Loyal Merlina augment makes it stand beside you. And when you do this, Loyal Merlina casts C-Snare. This does not take up any of your energy. This is effectively 2 abilities in one, and is incredibly useful for any sort of gameplay. Meaning she acts as both a support and a potential nuker with the amount of damage vulnerability she'll be providing to every single enemy around you. And now the very last thing I want to focus on is her easy acquisition. Yareli can be gained from simply doing the Wave Rider quest, which you can unlock pretty early because it's on Venus. Completing the Wave Rider quest will grant you the main blueprint, and then all you have to do for our other components is go to a clan dojo. You can join any big clan, you can join your friend's small clan. All you have to do is build a VentKids Bash lab, and then right then and there you'll be able to research Yareli's chassis and blueprints and create them. This makes Yareli one of the most easily accessible early game Warframes, and a fantastic frame to start off playing Warframe with. Though I know she's not for everybody, I 100% believe that any new player can benefit from having experienced playing as Yareli, a Warframe that can excel in survivability and team support, with very little to no cost whatsoever. And so, with that being said, that's pretty much just about it. If you guys have any Warframes that you absolutely love or absolutely hate, please let me know down in the comments. I love to hear about them. If you have any Warframes that you consider to be innately just better than others, I'd love to hear about them as well, so long as you leave Revenant out of the list, because I'm sick and tired of hearing about him. And with that being said, that's pretty much just about it. Until next time.